Welcome to our channel Film Fiesta. Today we are going to explain and discuss about one of the greatest war, Civil War. Stick together till end and enjoy the video. The camera pans in as the music intensifies. Captain America, looking tense, turns to his team and says, "What do we do, Cap?" After a brief pause, he replies, "We fight." His resolve is clear, despite knowing the odds aren't in their favor. The tension is palpable as they prepare for the inevitable clash. The battle begins as Iron Man's team charges toward them. Captain America knows this fight won't end well, but he's determined to stand his ground. Both sides refuse to back down, showcasing their strong convictions. It's not just about winning, it's about standing up for what they believe in. Suddenly, the battle erupts. Explosions and swift movements fill the screen as superheroes engage in combat. Each side uses their unique abilities to gain the upper hand. The soundtrack amplifies the energy of the scene, making the stakes feel even higher. Despite the intensity, the characters maintain their friendships. Iron Man, noticing that Cap is pulling his punches, confronts him. Captain America insists that he didn't kill Tony's father, but Tony, still harboring doubts, responds bitterly, "Then why did you run?" This line cuts deep, revealing the unresolved tension between them. As Spider-Man swings into action, he notices Captain America's shield defying the laws of physics. In typical Spider-Man fashion, he points this out with a light-hearted comment, "That thing does not obey the laws of physics at all, kid." As the fight rages on, Spider-Man reveals that Tony Stark had prepped him for this battle. "Stark said you'd say that," he says, acknowledging Cap's experience in battle. Stark even advised Spidey to go for Captain America's legs, a tactic that shows how well-prepared Iron Man's team is. As Spider-Man tries to take down Cap, Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, jumps in to assist. Spider-Man clings onto him, with Bucky asking if he's okay. Hawkeye, referred to as Arrow Guy by Spider-Man, enters the scene with his precision archery skills, coordinating with the rest of the team to keep Iron Man's side at bay. They work together, proving that even in the midst of chaos, teamwork is crucial. As the fight continues, Black Panther exchanges heated words with Captain America. T'Challa confronts Cap, accusing him of being wrong, but Cap stands firm, believing he's in the right. Black Panther's line, "You think you're right, but that makes you dangerous," highlights the deeper conflict driving the battle. Both sides believe they are fighting for justice. In the midst of this intense fight, Iron Man's suit starts malfunctioning. The computer system, Friday, alerts him that some of the weapon systems are offline. Stark, ever the comedian, quips, "Oh, you're gonna have to take this into the shop," adding some levity to the serious situation. The airport battle scene in Captain America, Civil War, brilliantly blends intense action with character-driven moments. The fight is more than just a physical conflict. It's a moral struggle between friends who now stand on opposite sides. From Spider-Man's quirky commentary to the deep emotional tension between Captain America and Iron Man, the scene captures the essence of the film, the complexity of heroism, friendship, and loyalty. Welcome to our channel Film Fiesta. Today we are going to explain Maze Runner, Thomas and Miho surviving the maze scene, which marks the leadership qualities of Thomas. So stick till the end and enjoy the video. Welcome to our channel Film Fiesta. Today we are going to explain and discuss the Hulk vs. Thor fight scene from Avengers 2012 movie. Enjoy the video. The scene begins aboard the SHIELD helicarrier, a massive flying fortress that serves as the Avengers' base of operations. At this point in the movie, the Avengers are still struggling to work together as a team. There is tension between the heroes, and these cracks are about to show in a destructive way. Bruce Banner, the mild-mannered scientist who turns into the Hulk when angered, is caught in the middle of this conflict. Under pressure and in the midst of an attack on the helicarrier, Bruce Banner transforms into the Hulk. His transformation is a moment of chaos, as his rage completely takes over. The scene escalates quickly as the Hulk, now fully transformed, goes on a rampage. He is no longer in control and is driven by pure anger. At this moment, Thor, the Norse god of thunder, decides to confront the Hulk, knowing full well the danger he is facing. Thor is the only one who can physically match the Hulk's strength, and he sees himself as the one who must stop the Hulk's rampage. The fight begins with the two powerful heroes squaring off. Hulk, now a massive green beast, throws the first punch. Thor blocks the blow with his arms, showing that he can stand toe-to-toe with the Hulk's raw power. The fight quickly turns into a brutal slugfest. Hulk swings wildly at Thor, smashing through walls and equipment on the helicarrier. Thor dodges and counters, trying to use his speed and agility to avoid Hulk's powerful strikes. At one point, Thor gets the upper hand and delivers a series of punches to the Hulk's face. However, this only enrages the Hulk further. The Hulk grabs Thor and throws him across the room, slamming him into a wall with incredible force. Thor gets back up, undeterred by the Hulk's overwhelming strength. He knows that he needs to stop the Hulk before more damage is done to the helicarrier. At this point, Thor summons his hammer, Mjolnir, which flies into his hand with a flash of lightning. This is a turning point in the fight. With Mjolnir in hand, Thor is able to land a powerful blow to the Hulk's face. The impact is so strong that it sends Hulk flying across the room. Hulk, stunned for a moment, quickly gets back up and charges at Thor once again. The two continue to trade blows, causing even more destruction around them. The helicarrier shakes from the sheer force of their fight. Walls are shattered, equipment is destroyed, and explosions erupt in the background. At one point, Hulk tries to lift Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, but finds himself unable to do so. This moment highlights one of the key elements of Thor's power. Only those deemed worthy can lift Mjolnir. Despite his immense strength, Hulk is not able to budge the hammer, much to his frustration. Thor, now in control of the fight, uses Mjolnir to strike Hulk several more times, keeping the giant at bay. However, the fight is far from over. Hulk's rage continues to grow, and he begins to overpower Thor with his raw, unrelenting strength. Thor, realizing the danger, tries to calm the situation, but the Hulk is beyond reason at this point. The fight reaches its peak when Thor and Hulk are both thrown across the room, crashing into different parts of the helicarrier. Before the fight can continue, an explosion rocks the helicarrier, drawing the attention of both Thor and Hulk. The explosion signals the arrival of more chaos, and the fight between Thor and Hulk is interrupted by the need to address the larger crisis at hand. As the fight comes to an abrupt halt, it becomes clear that neither hero has emerged as the victor. Thor and Hulk are left standing, both battered and bruised, but their fight remains unresolved. The scene ends with both heroes turning their attention to the new threat facing the helicarrier, setting aside their conflict for the time being.
Luis, let's begin with the clip. This clip begins, and the dramatic tension of the moment.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to talk about the most funny and intelligent character of Disney World. So let's begin with the clip. In the heart-pounding climax of Salazar's Revenge, Captain Jack Sparrow faces one of his most formidable adversaries yet, the ghostly pirate Salazar. The scene unfolds amid the tumultuous and eerie environment of the Devil's Triangle, a treacherous and cursed part of the ocean shrouded in constant, violent storms. The Black Pearl, battered but still defiant, sails through the maelstrom, its sails flapping wildly and its crew bracing against the raging winds and towering waves. Jack Sparrow, ever the embodiment of cleverness and resilience, stands resolute at the helm of his ship. His eyes gleam with a mix of desperation and determination as he prepares to execute his daring plan. As the storm roars around them, Salazar's menacing figure emerges from the swirling mist, his ghostly visage and spectral crew casting a chilling presence. The Silent Mary, Salazar's formidable and cursed vessel, appears behind them, its dark form looming ominously against the backdrop of lightning and thunder. Salazar's fury is palpable, his voice echoing with a haunting resonance as he declares that Sparrow's fate is sealed and that escape is impossible. However, Jack Sparrow is not one to be easily intimidated. With a confident smirk, he reveals a mysterious map that has been his secret weapon. This map, imbued with mystical properties, holds the key to navigating out of the Devil's Triangle. Jack's eyes dart between the map and the stormy sea as he skillfully maneuvers the Black Pearl through the chaotic waters. His crew, initially anxious, soon catches on to the gravity of the situation and prepares for whatever comes next. In a breathtaking display of nautical expertise and audacity, Jack steers the Black Pearl toward a concealed passage that he has discovered. This hidden route, obscured by the storm's ferocity, leads to an enchanted gateway. As Jack and his crew navigate through this gateway, Salazar's pursuit is abruptly cut off. The gateway closes behind them, trapping the Silent Mary and its ghostly crew within the swirling vortex of the Devil's Triangle. Salazar's anguish cries and the eerie sounds of his crew are swallowed by the storm as they are left behind, unable to follow. With the immediate threat neutralized, the storm begins to subside, and the Black Pearl emerges into calm, tranquil waters. The contrast between the chaos they have just escaped and the serene ocean is striking. The crew, who had been tense and fearful, erupts into jubilant cheers and celebrations. Jack Sparrow, standing proudly at the bow of his ship, takes a moment to savor his victory. He raises a bottle of rum in a gesture of triumph and camaraderie, proclaiming a toast to freedom, new adventures, and his own remarkable achievement. As the crew joins in the celebration, raising their own drinks and cheering, the scene captures the essence of Jack Sparrow's indomitable spirit and his rise to greatness. The final moments of the scene highlight Jack's newfound status as the King of Pirates, a title that signifies not only his victory over Salazar, but also his unyielding dominance over the seas. The screen fades to black, leaving viewers with a sense of awe at Sparrow's cunning and a promise of future adventures. In summary, this scene is a testament to Jack Sparrow's cleverness and bravery, showcasing his ability to turn dire circumstances into a resounding victory while solidifying his legendary status in the pirate world. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to discuss about a man trapped in a sinister sanitarium under the guise of treatment, uncovering dark secrets and manipulative practices that blur the line between wellness and control. So let's begin with the clip. The A Cure for Wellness clip compilation presents a chilling journey through the sinister world of a mysterious sanitarium. The facility promises a transformative cleansing process that purportedly restores patients to an embryonic state of purity, both mentally and physically. This treatment, framed as a means of purification, is said to rid the body of toxins. However, it comes with disturbing side effects, including hallucinations, resurfaced memories, and heightened heart rates, all dismissed by the staff as part of the detoxification. From the start, the protagonist, Mr. Lockhart, becomes suspicious of the sanitarium's true purpose. His unease grows as he observes strange phenomena, such as mysterious properties in the water, restricted areas, and cryptic encounters with Hannah, a young woman described as a special case. Unlike the older patients, Hannah's youth and enigmatic presence deepen the air of mystery surrounding the facility. Lockhart's attempts to leave are met with ominous resistance, encapsulated in the haunting assertion that no one ever leaves. His exploration of the sanitarium leads him to a restricted floor, where he encounters unsettling staff members and evasive responses to his inquiries. Even when he tries to fake a tooth problem to find an excuse to escape, he is coerced into further treatments despite his protests. The sanitarium staff insists on controlling his every move, masking their manipulations as concern for his well-being. As Lockhart delves deeper, he learns about the sanitarium's dark history. The facility was rebuilt after being burned down by villagers who sought to destroy the site due to unethical experiments conducted there over a century ago. These revelations suggest that the horrific past of the sanitarium is still alive in its present-day operations. Central to the sanitarium's philosophy is the idea of a sickness lurking in every individual, likened to a rising bile that leaves a bitter taste. This sickness is portrayed as the root of humanity's problems, and the cure is presented as the solution. Yet, as Lockhart investigates, it becomes clear that the cure is more about control and manipulation than genuine healing. The staff's efforts to gaslight him, dismissing his concerns as paranoia, further isolate him and blur the line between reality and delusion. Lockhart begins to unravel, plagued by visions and the effects of the treatments, while his mental state is increasingly questioned by those around him. The sanitarium's ideology also condemns ambition as a form of sickness, labeling it an obstacle to true wellness. Patients are urged to accept their diagnosis and surrender fully to the sanitarium's methods, with the promise of enlightenment. However, Lockhart's discovery of hidden bodies and evidence of sinister experiments reveals the darker truth. The sanitarium is not a refuge but a prison. Its treatment is a means of psychological manipulation, stripping patients of autonomy under the guise of healing. The facility's mantra, "No one ever leaves," becomes a chilling reality as Lockhart realizes the sanitarium is a trap, enforcing its oppressive system under the pretense of offering a cure. The line between victim and prisoner blurs as the sanitarium's true purpose is revealed, leaving Lockhart and the audience questioning the nature of wellness, ambition, and freedom.
Welcome to our channel Film Fiesta. Today we are going on a multiverse journey with Doctor Strange. So buckle up and stick till end to enjoy the journey. In the clip from Doctor Strange, we encounter a transformative moment that introduces viewers to the mystical dimensions of the multiverse. The scene opens with the Ancient One, portrayed by Tilda Swinton, demonstrating her extraordinary abilities by separating Doctor Strange's astral form from his physical body. This act is not merely a display of power, it serves as a profound awakening for Strange, who is struggling with the limitations of his understanding of reality. As the clip unfolds, the Ancient One explains that what Strange has just experienced is akin to entering the astral dimension, a realm where the soul exists independently of the body. She likens this experience to hallucinogenic substances, such as psilocybin or LSD, but clarifies that it's merely tea with honey. This comparison emphasizes that the journey is one of enlightenment rather than chemical influence. This moment is pivotal, as it challenges Strange's perception of reality and compels him to reconsider the material world he has always known. The Ancient One's intent becomes clear. She wants to open Strange's eyes to the vast mysteries that lie beyond the confines of the physical universe. She urges him to recognize that the material world is just one facet of existence, prompting both him and the audience to contemplate the nature of reality itself. What is real? She asks, highlighting the philosophical questions that underpin the narrative. As the scene progresses, Strange's heart rate spikes, reflecting his emotional turmoil. While he seems to maintain composure, the Ancient One recognizes the deeper anxiety within him. This tension illustrates the conflict between the known and the unknown, emphasizing the journey ahead. The Ancient One elaborates on the universe's nature, revealing it comprises infinite worlds, some benevolent and nurturing, while others are dark and filled with malice. This duality introduces cosmic dangers that exist beyond most people's awareness. She speaks of dark places where powers older than time lie ravenous and waiting, hinting at the formidable challenges Strange will face as he explores the mystic arts. In a moment of levity, Strange comments on the existence of such concepts being reminiscent of something he might have seen in a gift shop, showcasing his initial skepticism. This reaction grounds the scene in relatability, as viewers may share his incredulity. However, it also underscores the transformation that lies ahead, requiring him to move beyond skepticism and embrace the mystical reality presented by the Ancient One. The clip concludes with the Ancient One's challenge to Doctor Strange: "Who are you in this vast multiverse?" This question encapsulates the existential crisis he faces and foreshadows his journey of self-discovery. It compels him to reflect not only on his identity but also on his purpose and potential in a universe filled with infinite possibilities. Overall, this scene serves as a powerful introduction to the themes of Doctor Strange. It lays the groundwork for Strange's transformation from a skilled surgeon into a sorcerer capable of navigating the complexities of the multiverse. Through the Ancient One's teachings, viewers are invited to explore the intricacies of existence, encouraging deeper contemplation of what lies beyond the observable world. Welcome to our channel Film Fiesta. Today we are going to discuss the mess created by Deadpool and Juggernaut, so stick till end to find out what happened next and enjoy the video. We open with Juggernaut wearing his iconic shiny helmet. It's not just for fashion, folks. Apparently, his psychic brother keeps trying to invade his brain. The solution? A helmet that screams, "No entry." Juggernaut adds that his brother's in a wheelchair, so he calls it Even Steven. Ah, sibling love at its finest. One's mentally invasive, the other's physically unstoppable. Just when Juggernaut's deep thoughts on family rivalry seem to wrap up, he gets that "oh" feeling. Someone's coming, and it's none other than Russell, the fiery-tempered kid with a personal grudge against the world. But Russell isn't alone, which is code for things are about to get really messy. Time to secure the kids. Because when you see a mutant child with revenge on his mind, the obvious first step is a good ol' lockdown. Meanwhile, Deadpool, in his usual charming way, drops a pearl of wisdom. Let's insert colorful curse, insert more colorful curse, up. If there's one thing this team understands, it's destruction with style. Deadpool reminds everyone to watch his back, like they have a choice. Half of them are barely keeping up with their own chaos, let alone watching Deadpool's spandex-covered rear. Cue Domino, the lady with luck on her side. She's busy wrangling some elderly guy, because apparently it's just another day at the office for this team. Deadpool gives her a casual for good luck. Because if you're gonna battle a wrecking ball of a villain, you might as well bless the occasion. Nothing screams faith and victory like a sarcastic blessing from Deadpool. And, of course, Deadpool's battle cry rings through the air. Time to make the chimichangas. Because nothing says, "I'm ready to punch people," quite like invoking deep-fried Mexican food. This man's priorities are a mystery wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in a tortilla. But hey, if Deadpool's hungry, you better believe it's about to get violent. Now it's Juggernaut's turn to get deep and reflective. He reveals that he wasn't just raised in this place. Oh no, he was tortured here. Well, that's the kind of childhood trauma we expect from a guy built like a tank. Deadpool, of course, is way too busy being Deadpool to care about the existential pain Juggernaut's sharing. He's got more pressing matters, like cracking jokes and avoiding death. Enter Cable, the grumpy, time-traveling soldier. He's carrying a filthy, sad-looking teddy bear. Deadpool, never one to leave an awkward moment alone, asks, "What's with the dirty hobo bear?" Cable reveals it's soaked in the blood of his dead daughter. Dark, Cable. Really dark. But does that stop Deadpool? Absolutely not. Deadpool decides to drop a joke, because, well, he's Deadpool. Are you Bear God? It's me, Margaret. There's nothing like blending tragedy and snark into a smoothie of emotional confusion. Laughter heals everything, right? Deadpool claims so. Except in this case, maybe not. Sure, laughter's great, but it's not exactly a band-aid for, my daughter's gone, and I'm here to destroy timelines. At this point, Deadpool calls for some background music, because if you're going to emotionally scar people while fighting crime, you might as well do it with an epic soundtrack. Now Russell enters the scene, looking like a teenager whose angst levels are off the charts. Deadpool, ever the fashion critic, points out that Russell's wardrobe resembles the Unabombers. Not exactly a look that says, friendly neighborhood mutant. But before Russell can shoot flames or insults, Deadpool tries to talk him down, which goes about as well as you'd expect. Just when things can't get any weirder, Deadpool starts losing it, ranting about how he's going to shove their poor cab driver right up cables. Well, you get the idea. Classic Deadpool. You've got to admire a man who's this creative with his threats. Somewhere out there, a cab driver feels a strange, sudden chill. Amid all the chaos, Deadpool makes the shocking discovery that his hands are super soft. You know, important details in the middle of a battle. He shares some sage advice. Works best when you pull the trigger. Thanks, Deadpool. Truly, a masterclass in heroism. In the end, Deadpool turns all motivational speaker, telling Russell he's not giving up on him. Even the most snarky antihero has a soft spot, right? Rules? Forget him. Deadpool's motto is clear. It's time to fight dirty, sweep the leg, and make sure nothing stands in the way of a victory or a good chimichanga.
Welcome to our channel Film Fiesta. Today we are going on a futuristic journey of cloning a human body, so stick till end and enjoy the part 1. Swan Song, a thought-provoking sci-fi drama, explores themes of identity, love, and the ethical dilemmas surrounding cloning technology. Set in a near-future society, the film centers on Cameron Turner, a devoted family man whose life is irrevocably altered upon receiving a terminal diagnosis. Cameron Turner, portrayed as a compassionate and loving father, lives with his wife, Poppy, and their young son, Corey. As technology has evolved to remarkable heights, Cameron's life is seemingly perfect. However, his world is shattered when he learns he has a terminal illness. This revelation thrusts him into a profound existential crisis, forcing him to confront his mortality and the impending loss of his family. In his search for a solution to his grim reality, Cameron learns about an innovative cloning facility managed by Dr. Scott. This facility offers a unique service, creating a perfect replica of oneself and implanting the original's memories into the clone. The goal is for the clone to seamlessly take over the original's life once they pass away. Cameron begins to visit the facility, providing DNA samples and participating in memory sessions to prepare for the possibility of cloning. Despite his intrigue, Cameron grapples with the implications of cloning. The notion of creating a copy of himself to continue living his life is both fascinating and unsettling. One night, after a memory session, he receives alarming news from Dr. Scott about his health's rapid decline, urging him to make a decision soon. Ignoring the urgency, Cameron returns home, where he interacts tenderly with his family, yet the burden of his illness weighs heavily on him. Cameron's internal struggle deepens as he faces the reality of his situation. He experiences a seizure in the privacy of his bathroom, revealing his vulnerability and the lengths he goes to protect his family from his illness. The next day, he returns to the facility, where Dr. Scott introduces him to the living area where clients reside until they pass away, awaiting their clones. The sterile, clinical environment further amplifies Cameron's anxiety. Dr. Scott explains the process in detail, emphasizing that once the clone is activated, the original must never change their mind about the switch. This contract adds another layer of complexity to Cameron's decision-making process. After a hesitant agreement, he watches as Dr. Scott introduces him to Jack, the clone who will be created in his likeness. As Cameron observes Jack in a dormant state, he feels a mix of awe and apprehension. Cameron ultimately decides against proceeding with the cloning process after the unsettling experience of seeing his clone. He returns home, attempting to focus on his family life and the mundane aspects of his job, which he finds unsatisfying compared to his passion for art. However, the weight of his illness looms large over him. One afternoon, he recalls a conversation he had with Poppy and her twin sibling, Andre, regarding the morality of cloning. Poppy's statement that she wouldn't mind a clone as long as she couldn't tell the difference reignites Cameron's thoughts about the cloning process. This reflection leads him to reach out to Dr. Scott again, seeking clarity about the nature of clones and their emotional responses. Dr. Scott assures him that all clones have their memories of the facility erased, ensuring they are unaware of their true nature as copies. To ease Cameron's concerns, she suggests he meet Kate, a previous clone who has successfully reintegrated into her family. Curious and desperate for answers, Cameron agrees. Cameron visits Kate's shop under the guise of being a customer. Their conversation flows effortlessly, and he is struck by how natural she appears, seamlessly fitting into her role as a mother to her daughter. Observing Kate interact with her child, Cameron is moved by the notion that a clone can embody the essence of the original so convincingly. Afterward, he returns home, emotionally conflicted. Poppy shares the news that they are expecting another child, further intensifying Cameron's turmoil. He feels the pain of not being able to be there for his family as he faces his mortality. Torn between wanting to protect his family and the desire to continue his legacy, he ultimately contacts Dr. Scott to inform her of his decision to proceed with the cloning process. Cameron returns to the facility, where he meets the real Kate and shares his experience of meeting her clone. The bond they form over their shared struggles becomes a source of comfort for Cameron. He prepares for the cloning procedure, which involves a 6-hour operation where his memories will be copied into Jack. As he lies unconscious during the procedure, memories of significant moments in his life flood back, including his first meeting with Poppy, the joy of becoming a father, and the heart-wrenching loss of Andre. I hope you enjoyed the part 1, stick to the channel to see the second part and subscribe the channel.
Welcome to our channel Film Fiesta. Today we are going on an alien expedition, so stick till end and enjoy the journey. The Alien, Covenant movie clip prologue, Last Supper opens with a sense of tension, as the camera captures a group of crew members aboard a spacecraft, gathered together around a table. This is a crucial moment before their long journey into deep space, where they will embark on a pioneering colonization mission. The scene is playful at first, with humor and camaraderie between the crew, but it subtly builds an undercurrent of unease and foreshadowing, hinting at the dangerous, unknown challenges they will soon face. The scene begins with a voice instructing someone to follow the light, suggesting a medical or procedural context, as though the crew members are being monitored or tested in some way. The voice continues to check in on Daniel, asking if he feels dizzy or nauseous. This implies that Daniel might be undergoing some kind of health assessment, possibly in preparation for cryosleep or another medical procedure before the long journey. Daniel responds that he feels fine, which reassures the others. However, the underlying tension is noticeable in the way the dialogue is framed. The mention of 153 minutes until something significant occurs, paired with instructions about taking a purgative and consuming liquids, creates a sense of impending events. The fact that they are being told to drink specific liquids and prepare their bodies suggests this is a medical protocol, likely to ensure their health and safety before entering cryosleep. The atmosphere quickly shifts, becoming more relaxed as the focus moves to the crew members' interaction around the table. One character suggests having a final drink before they enter cryosleep, signaling the transition into a more casual moment. Cryosleep is often portrayed in science fiction as a critical part of space travel, where crew members enter deep sleep for the duration of a long mission. The idea of this last drink emphasizes the gravity of the situation, a final indulgence or bonding moment before the crew undergoes a deep freeze, knowing they will soon be cut off from the world and asleep for a long period of time. There's an element of finality to the gesture, reinforcing the idea that this is their last moment of normalcy before the journey ahead. The scene takes a light-hearted turn when a character proposes a toast. The group is about to embark on humanity's first large-scale colonization mission, and this moment is a celebration of their hard work and sacrifices. There's a sense of pride and unity as they acknowledge the significance of the journey, but even as the crew members express their gratitude, there's an underlying sense of discomfort or unease. The toast seems to be a way for them to focus on the positive aspects of their mission: bravery, teamwork, and the excitement of being part of something historic, but there's also an element of tension in the air. The crew may be excited, but they also know the risks that come with exploring uncharted territories. The leader of the group, likely the captain, mentions how they couldn't have picked a better group of people to be stranded with on a distant planet, though this comment is delivered with a touch of humor. Despite the camaraderie, The line about being stranded hints at the uncertainty of the mission. They are not just venturing into space for exploration, but for colonization, an endeavor that carries with it the possibility of danger, isolation, and unknown threats. The mention of being stranded feels like a subtle foreshadowing of what lies ahead, a potential loss of control and survival in the face of unforeseen dangers. As the toast continues, the crew's playful banter becomes more pronounced. One character makes a joke about crazy bugs outside the colonial company, describing them as resembling cockroaches. This comment seems light-hearted but also sets the stage for the horror elements to come. The mention of bugs and the casual nature of the conversation hints at the potential dangers lurking beyond the confines of their spaceship. Though the crew seems in high spirits, the mention of these crazy bugs brings a chilling reminder that their journey into unknown space may harbor life forms that are dangerous, or worse, hostile. The light-hearted mention of the cockroach-like creatures is unsettling because it is delivered in such a casual way, which underlines how the crew might be underestimating the very real dangers they are about to face. The scene continues with more jovial interactions as the crew members poke fun at each other. One crew member jokes about their food, and there's some playful teasing about how unpleasant it is. This playful dynamic underscores the bond among the crew members. They are not just co-workers but a group of people who have likely spent a lot of time together in close quarters. The ease with which they joke and laugh in this moment is a defense mechanism, a way to cope with the immense pressure they are under. The uncertainty of what awaits them, the isolation of space travel, and the dangers they will face all contribute to a tense atmosphere, but the crew uses humor to navigate these feelings. A shift occurs when the captain is called upon to deliver a speech, something more formal to commemorate their mission. There is a sense of pride as the captain reflects on their journey and the importance of the mission, but there is also an awkwardness in the captain's delivery. When the captain tries to make the toast, there's a noticeable hesitation, as if the gravity of the situation is starting to sink in. The captain fumbles with words, attempting to express gratitude but instead resorts to a more informal and humorous statement, "I just want to say I couldn't pick a better bunch of jerks to get marooned on a distant planet with." The moment is met with some laughter, but it highlights the uncertainty and vulnerability the crew feels, even as they try to keep up a brave front. The awkwardness of the captain's speech adds to the feeling that something isn't quite right. The crew responds in a mixture of laughter and teasing, but the discomfort is palpable. The crew members may be putting on a brave face, but there's no denying the tension that lingers beneath the surface. The humor serves as a coping mechanism for their collective anxiety, but the uncertainty about what lies ahead is ever present. The laughter is tinged with the knowledge that they are embarking on a dangerous and uncertain journey. The question reflects a deep-seated anxiety about the mission. Are they truly prepared for what lies ahead? It hints that they are about to enter a situation far more dangerous and terrifying than they could ever anticipate.
Welcome to our channel, Film Fiesta. Today we are going on the Planet of Apes. So stick till end of this jungle safari and enjoy the video. The true brilliance of Planet of the Apes lies not just in its shocking final twist, but in the meticulously crafted journey that makes that revelation so a dark mirror to our own societal anxieties, forcing us to confront uncomfortable questions. Those in positions of authority consistently suppress inconvenient truths. How do entire civilizations become complicit in their own deception? Most disturbingly, why does humanity seem incapable of learning from its past mistakes, dooming us to repeat history's darkest chapters? The Ape Society Taylor encounters isn't just a fictional construct, it's a master religious leader and gatekeeper of knowledge who has ever prioritized control over truth. His arguments against humanity carry an eerie resonance in our modern world, where we're constantly warned about our destructive impulses, our tribal nature, and our capacity for violence. The film's genius lies in making us question, is he wrong? Meanwhile, Taylor's increasingly desperate search for answers transforms him from an arrogant explorer dangerous to the established order. When Taylor finally stumbles upon that broken Statue of Liberty, the moment transcends being just a clever plot twist. It becomes cinema's most powerful what-if scenario, a visceral warning about the potential end results of our current trajectory. The film suggests something far more destruction through nuclear war, environmental devastation, or simply the slow erosion of our better nature. The apes didn't overthrow civilization. They inherited a world we rendered uninhabitable through our own short-sightedness. More than 50 years after its release, Planet of the Apes remains one of our most potent cultural warnings. Its enduring power comes from understanding that the true horror isn't the idea of apes ruling Earth, but the realization that we might not be around to witness what comes after us. In an age of climate crises, political instability, and renewed nuclear anxieties, the film's central question haunts us more than ever. Are we the architects of our own apocalypse, blindly marching toward oblivion while convincing ourselves we're in control? The submerged Statue of Liberty doesn't just mark its warning or join it beneath the waves.
Welcome to our channel Film Fiesta. Today we are going to find a cure to a wellness. So stick till end to find out what will happen and subscribe for more clips like this. The clip opens with a voice saying, "Are you ready, Mr. Lockhart? Then let us begin." The tone is calm and authoritative, signaling the beginning of a process. The voice continues, explaining that life on Earth originally came from water, and the first 9 months of human existence are spent submerged in liquid. The human body is mostly liquid. The voice suggests that this process of immersion in liquid serves as a cleansing of the mind, comparable to a return to an embryonic state, where people experience a sensory reset. The narrator adds that some patients may experience increased heart rates, visions, or even flashbacks to their past memories. However, they are reassured that these are just toxins being expelled from the system. The voice insists that patients give themselves over completely to the process, promising that they will see the results if they do so. A patient asks, "Is there something in the water at the bottom?" It's unclear what he's referring to, as another person replies, "I don't see anything." The patient responds, "Did it? I can't remember," but the other person suggests it's better that way. The conversation hints at some strange and unsettling occurrences. The patient sees someone familiar and questions, You're so much younger than everyone else." This suggests that there's something off about the age or appearance of the people around him. A mysterious figure responds, "Director VMA says I'm a special case." This adds to the enigmatic and secretive atmosphere of the facility. Another character asks, "What about you? Are you here for the cure?" The patient answers, "No, actually, I was just leaving," indicating confusion about the situation. The other person cryptically responds, "No one ever leaves," suggesting that once someone enters this place, they're trapped. The protagonist, Mr. Lockhart, starts to appear more visibly distressed and unsure of his surroundings. He mutters, "I'm sorry, I don't understand." A staff member tries to calm him down, saying, "Take it easy, Maris. It's all right, Mr. Lockhart." He is cautioned that he's in a restricted area and that he shouldn't have wandered into this part of the facility. Mr. Lockhart responds, "I guess I'm lost. I'm just trying to find my way back to my room," indicating his confusion and disorientation. The staff member insists, "This is the restricted floor. There are signs everywhere. Surely you didn't just wander down here by accident." Mr. Lockhart asks, "What is it exactly that you're looking for?" The other person presses him further, questioning his intentions. Lockhart stumbles upon a situation where he claims, "I had a problem with my tooth." But the staff dismisses this, saying it's not possible for him to leave without proper treatment. The staff member says, "Nonsense. I can't let you get an infection. You must let us take care of you. After all, that's why you're here." Mr. Lockhart, visibly frustrated, insists that he's feeling fine now, but the staff insists that he should stay for the cure to make sure he remains healthy. The staff member explains the history of the sanitarium. It was built over an ancient aquifer and rebuilt after a fire destroyed it. The villagers burned the place down over the experiments conducted there 100 years ago. Mr. Lockhart expresses disbelief, saying, "This is happening now." The staff member responds with, "Listen to yourself. You're not a well man," hinting that Mr. Lockhart may be struggling with his own sanity. The staff warns that the cure may be unsettling and that there's something disturbing going on behind the scenes. This increases the tension and mystery. That's it for today's episode. This will continue in the second part. Welcome to our channel Film Fiesta. Today we are going on a space journey to meet a crew on a space expedition. So stick till end of this tour and subscribe if you like it. The scene showcases the moment when the crew of the spaceship Sulaco wakes up from cryosleep. This scene sets the tone for the movie, highlighting the crew's dynamics through humor, camaraderie, and hints of a danger they will soon face. Drake humorously complains about waking up next to his fellow crew member's face, saying, "Not enough to wake up to your face." His sarcastic remarks introduce a laid-back but cynical attitude among the crew, showcasing their frustration and detachment. The casual tone of the crew's interactions contrasts with the tension of what's to come, setting a humorous backdrop for the upcoming danger. Following this, Hudson, portrayed by Paxton, adds to the humor with an exaggerated description of life in the Corps, comparing it to a day on the farm. He sarcastically praises the mundane aspects of military life, like meals and paychecks, in an over-the-top manner. This portrayal of military life adds to the film's tone of disillusionment and monotony, contrasting sharply with the impending conflict they will soon face. Hudson's lighthearted quip serves as a temporary break from the serious threats the crew will encounter, adding a layer of dark comedy. Amid the humor, Ripley, played by Sigourney Weaver, stands out as the more serious and calm member of the crew. Unlike the others, she refrains from engaging in the jokes and sarcasm, and her calm demeanor hints at her experience and awareness of the dangers ahead. Ripley's role as the seasoned, cautious survivor from the first film becomes clear, emphasizing her readiness for the coming challenges. Her character contrasts with the more carefree attitude of the other crew members, foreshadowing the internal and external struggles she will face in the mission ahead. Hudson jokingly asks if Vasquez has ever been mistaken for a man, to which she swiftly responds, "No, have you?" This exchange adds to the film's humor while also showcasing Vasquez as a tough, no-nonsense character. Her quick wit and tough exterior suggest she's a formidable member of the team, one who will likely play a key role as the story progresses. The clip also introduces Mira, briefly mentioned as a consultant who has encountered an alien before. Although her role isn't fully explored in this scene, the mention of her experience piques the crew's interest. This adds an element of intrigue and foreshadows the alien encounters that will soon unfold. The crew's casual discussion of Myra's expertise contrasts with the gravity of the situation, further highlighting the tension between humor and the looming horror. As the crew begins to prepare for their mission, the lighthearted atmosphere starts to shift toward a more serious and action-oriented tone. The crew moves from their initial grogginess to a more alert state, readying themselves for the unknown dangers ahead. This transition signals the beginning of their mission and sets the stage for the life-threatening events to come. In conclusion, this clip from Aliens effectively sets up the central dynamics of the crew, blending humor with the tension of the unknown. The interactions between the crew members introduce their personalities and establish a sense of camaraderie, while also foreshadowing the horror they will soon face. Ripley's role as the central character and the crew's readiness for the upcoming mission are highlighted, creating a perfect balance of humor and suspense that will define the rest of the film.
Hey!
Must have got knocked down in a storm or something.
It's a pretty selective storm.
What are they doing?
Can we just leave, please?
Jim!
In this dirty old part of the city,
Maybe we missed the sign for the highway.
We didn't miss the sign.
where the sun refused to shine.
Can I help you?
We got on a detour off the highway and cell service around
Got
here.
your family with you?
Yeah. I was wondering if you could point me in the direction of the highway.
Not a problem.
God damn it.
Jim, we're driving in circles. You drove out this way. How did we get back here?
Everybody in there okay?
This is impossible.
Yeah, it is.
Where are we?
I know none of this makes sense yet. Everyone in this town
been exactly where you are right now. Everyone sees the tree. Those crows. We'll just get out of here, please.
Tevin, we are stuck.
We didn't come here. We were brought.
What are you doing?
I'm checking to see if they moved.
If what moved?
The trees.
It's important for you to understand what happens after dark.
Lock your door. Nail your window shut. You do these things, your family's gonna be safe.
Safe from what?
I've missed you so much.
Megan, what are you doing?
Maybe I can come in.
This is what happens when you break the rules.
They're coming.
There's only so many places we can go.
What are they?
You believe in monsters?
Please don't.
A man protects his family.
Get these people home, Sheriff.
Do everything I can.
Promise me.
Welcome to our channel Film Fiesta. Today we are going to finish what we started, a cure to a wellness. So stick till end to find out what happens next, and subscribe for more clips like this. The scene transitions to the protagonist being assigned to travel to Switzerland to bring back a man named Mr. Pembroke. It's not entirely clear who Mr. Pembroke is, but his return is significant enough to send Mr. Lockhart on this mission. The mysterious treatment at the sanitarium is framed as a purification process away from the pressures and distractions of modern life. The implication is that the patients who undergo the cure will be better off, free from the burdens of the outside world. A character inquires, "You plan to take Mr. Pembroke back with you? Is that a problem?" This question brings to light the fact that Mr. Pembroke is a patient, but there's confusion about whether he should be taken away or left to undergo the cure. Mr. Lockhart is encouraged to undergo the treatment, which is once again described as a cleansing of the mind as much as the body. The mysterious procedure is emphasized, and he is told that it may lead to strange visions, but that these visions are nothing to worry about, just the toxins leaving the system. There is another ominous warning about the side effects, and the staff assures him that it's all normal, just part of the process. It's clear now that this so-called cure is more about control and manipulation than it is about healing. Mr. Lockhart is told there is a terrible darkness surrounding the facility. He asks, "What happens to the patients who don't leave?" suggesting that there's something sinister at play, and it becomes clear that those who stay may never leave, whether they want to or not. He is reassured, it's all part of the cure. There is no cure except the diagnosis. Then you will see, which is a cryptic and chilling explanation of what's truly happening at the sanitarium. Another staff member assures Mr. Lockhart that it's wonderful here, though this seems to be ironic or misleading, as the environment feels increasingly strange and unsettling. Mr. Lockhart is then told that the sickness inside them rises, like bile in the back of their throats. This sickness is described in metaphorical terms, but feels more like a mind-altering substance than a physical ailment. The conversation switches to a group discussing Mr. Lockhart's involvement and their thoughts about the diagnosis. They suggest that once Mr. Lockhart accepts the diagnosis, he will begin to see everything differently. The staff discusses the idea of sending Mr. Lockhart to Switzerland to bring back Mr. Pembroke, questioning whether he will agree to return. Their skepticism about his well-being adds another layer of tension to the already mysterious environment. As Mr. Lockhart's sense of reality unravels, he begins to realize that there is no cure. The true nature of the place is far darker than he initially imagined. The final chilling words, "There is no cure except the diagnosis," reinforces the twisted philosophy driving the sanitarium. Mr. Lockhart now feels trapped in a psychological labyrinth, unsure of what is real, as the facility's hold over him tightens, making it clear that the entire process is designed to break down and manipulate those who undergo it.